What if I told you a single radio exchange between Lewis Hamilton and his engineer didn't just impact the Monaco Grand Prix? It exposed a flaw so critical, it could derail his entire Ferrari future. Because what Fred Vasseur just revealed about that moment changes everything. Stick around, because this isn't just a story about team radio. It's a warning, one that could shake the foundations of Ferrari's 2025 dream. Monaco. Glamour, rain, strategy, chaos. But this time, it wasn't just about track position or tire choice. It was about something far more revealing. A moment of silence on the Ferrari radio that echoed through the entire paddock. At first glance, it seemed like a typical mid-race exchange between Hamilton and his race engineer, Riccardo Adami. A bit tense, sure, but normal. High-stakes racing breeds sharp words. That's nothing new. But then Fred Vasseur stepped in, and what he revealed stunned everyone. This wasn't just frustration over tires or strategy. This was a signal, a symptom of something deeper, something cultural, something that could fracture the already delicate relationship between Hamilton and his new team. He wasn't just asking about race gaps, he was sending a message, Vasseur admitted post-race. And what followed, miscommunication, silence, confusion, wasn't just an error. It was a revelation. Before we go deeper, if you're already intrigued, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because on Fuel Up Daily, we bring you the real stories behind the headlines. Let's rewind. It all began during qualifying. Hamilton, on a cool-down lap, is told over the radio, Verstappen is slowing down. What he wasn't told? Verstappen was actually on a flying lap. Hamilton stayed on the racing line. Verstappen's lap was ruined. The stewards launched an investigation. And the penalty? A brutal three-place grid drop for Hamilton. Here's the key. Hamilton had been misinformed by his own team. That single flawed message from his race engineer reshaped the entire weekend. Hamilton should have started fourth on the second row in clean air, ready to pounce. Instead, he lined up seventh, deep in midfield traffic, on a circuit where overtaking is a nightmare. And that mistake? That wasn't a one-off, it was just the beginning. Race day, the lights go out. Hamilton gets moving, but he's stuck behind slower cars, his strategy limited by his grid position. And as conditions evolve, he starts asking questions. What's the gap to the leaders? Is he undercutting anyone? Who's the real target? Instead of clear, concise updates, he gets vagueness, broad overviews, confusing responses. And then Hamilton cuts in, direct and frustrated. You're not answering the question. Am I a minute behind or not? That's not just a request. That's a veteran driver, mid-race, realizing he's flying blind. And it all culminated after the checkered flag. Hamilton finishes fifth. On paper, not bad. But the radio message that followed made every F1 fan's heart stop. Are you upset with me or something? Are you mad at me? Silence, no response. And that silence spoke louder than any team debrief ever could. After the race, everyone expected the usual PR spin. Instead, Fred Vasseur shocked the world. According to him, Riccardo Adami wasn't allowed to speak to Hamilton during certain parts of the race, not because of a technical glitch, but due to Ferrari's internal communication policy. A rule that states engineers can only speak to drivers on the straights to reduce distraction. Sounds logical, right? But this is Monaco. There are no real straights. There are no moments to breathe. It's the one track where drivers need constant real-time updates, because one missed detail can destroy a race. So why was Ferrari following a rigid rulebook in the middle of a strategic storm? Vasseur called it protocol. But what he really revealed was a deeper problem. A system so bureaucratic, so resistant to real-time flexibility, that it left a 7-time world champion stranded in silence at the race where communication matters more than ever. If you're finding this story as wild as we are, smash that like button and subscribe now, because what's coming next may be the most important part. This isn't just about one race, it's about a pattern. Because Hamilton isn't a rookie. He doesn't need constant guidance, but he does need clarity. Especially in a new team with a new car, new engineers, and new systems. Instead, what he got in Monaco was confusion, silence, and a breakdown of the most essential link in F1: trust between driver and team. Imagine this. Hamilton starts fourth, as he should have. He has space to attack. He undercuts. He takes advantage of the two-stop rule. He could have been on the podium, maybe even fighting Leclerc. Instead, he's buried in P7, burning through tires, waiting for instructions that either don't come or arrive too late. Even when he tried to make sense of his team's instructions, like the vague mid-race phrase, "This is our race," he was left confused. What race were they referring to? Push, hold position, undercut Norris, defend from Alonso? No one seemed to know. And that's the real danger, because the cost here wasn't just a position or a podium. It was trust. Now let's talk about the elephant in the garage. Charles Leclerc, home race, dominant drive, another podium. He's rising, fast. And while Ferrari may claim equal treatment behind closed doors, the pressure to back the driver delivering results is growing louder. If Hamilton feels isolated or unsupported, especially when communication starts to break down, that's more than a team dynamic issue. That's a crack in the foundation of Ferrari's entire 2025 plan. Fred Vasseur says they'll review the system. But let's be honest, that's not enough. Hamilton doesn't need a review. He needs a team that reacts, that adapts, that races. Because right now, the Ferrari pit wall feels like it's racing with a rulebook, while the rest of the grid races with instincts. This story isn't just about a miscommunication, it's about a cultural clash. Ferrari's structure is precise, traditional, meticulous. Hamilton, he's fluid, he adapts, he thrives on rhythm and feedback. That's how he won 7 world titles. But now he's caught in a system that's struggling to keep pace, not just on track, but in communication. His radio? It's no longer just a tool, it's a warning sign, flashing red, signaling that the Scuderia is falling short on the very things it promised to deliver. And if Ferrari doesn't respond fast, they risk watching this historic collaboration unravel before it even begins. Monaco was the first crack. The next race could be the breaking point. What do you think? Can Ferrari fix this communication breakdown before it becomes a full-blown crisis? Can Hamilton and Adami rebuild trust? Or are we seeing the beginning of a deeper fracture at Ferrari? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. And if you love F1 insights like this, stories that go beyond the headlines, subscribe to Fuel Up Daily right now and hit that notification bell so you never miss a twist in this incredible 2025 season. Because if you thought Monaco was dramatic, just wait.